So today we're going to be learning how to measure voltage using a DVOM, digital voltometer. There's different ones. There's ones that are cheap. Usually this is like $1. There's different ones like this. That one's pretty expensive. They all work the same. And there's two kinds that we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing AC voltage and DC voltage. So right here, you're going to see the little V with the squiggly line is AC. That's usually more voltage, and DC is usually smaller voltage, like 9-volt batteries, just regular batteries, 18 volts. AC is more for like power cords, huge wires. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, we're just going to put it on DC, and we're going to measure a regular, I think this is like a 1.5 volt battery. We're going to see how strong it is and see if your batteries still work. This is always fun to do because you can see how much power you're getting from the battery. So it doesn't really matter which side you put, negative or positive, because they're just always, going around and it's swinging around the electricity. So right now I'm going to measure this 1.5 volt battery, and it looks like it's fully charged at 1.5 volts. This is a good battery, still works. This is a 9-volt battery. Sometimes, if we use them for a lot, they just go down in electricity and stuff like that, so it won't be as much. So if you have one of these batteries, or let's say like 9 of these batteries, and one of them is short in electricity, then it will fry basically every other battery, so it won't work. So you want all your batteries to be at the same voltage. Like I said, it doesn't really matter positive or negative. So right now we're going to go like this and like this, and it's at 6.9 volts, which means this is not fully up to 9 volts as it should be. It still works, but you're not getting as much power as you should be getting. Now we're going to be using two different batteries, utility batteries. These are for like drills and like power saws, stuff like that. We have two different brands, Ryobi, and then we have this one. I'll be measuring this one first. This one, it does have the positive and negative, but like I said, you don't really need to use that right now because it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go in here with the positive, in with the negative, and sometimes this is at 19 volts. So this one is 1 volt up, which means it's pretty much fully charged. Sometimes if you mainly fully charge it a lot, it gets up to like 20 volts, which is pretty good. You have some wiggle room there. You could use it for a little extra time. And now this Ryobi battery, the positive and negatives are on the side, so we're just going to literally go like this, 1 and 2. And this was at 18 volts. So this one is fully charged also, but it used it for a little, so it's not all the way there yet. Now those are my practical batteries, so little voltage batteries. So now I'm going to switch it down to AC, which is the V with the squiggly line right there. And we're going to be measuring stuff more powerful, like plugs from the ground use more voltage and stuff like that. What else? Generators use AC. Cars, depending on their wiring, use AC batteries. And now this is your practical wiring for like the walls and stuff. Maybe heat. You never know. Lights. So this right here, this one right here, this comes from the ground. So this is connected to the ground. This is all your ground stuff. Usually it's either green or it's a little bit bare most of the time. You never know. This one is neutral, which is it just stays neutral. It's usually white or gray. And this one is your hot wire. It's usually black. So these two, the ground and the neutral, go to the same thing, so they're like connected to the same power and connected to the same thing. Okay, so we're going to be measuring it in this. So I'm going to go from ground to neutral and ground to hot using my DVOM. Alright, so it's already switched to AC, and what we're going to do first is go from hot to ground. Hopefully this will work a little bit. And it's showing a little shortage here. So those sides are a little shorted out. This could happen with corrupted, stuff just being in between the wires maybe, or stuff that are like blocking the voltage a little bit. Sometimes it could be fried, it could be inside, little damage and stuff. I'm not pretty sure it's going to work today, but we can check. I'm going to give it another try, and if it doesn't work, then it's not necessarily a bad wire, just, this is giving me 117 volts, which is pretty much around what you're going to get for this. This is ground to neutral right now. Alright, this is ground to hot right now. And pretty much the max, because it's supposed to be up to like 120, so like it's a little bit, because you're using the ground and you're using the hot one. So that's pretty much your basic measurement lesson on voltage.